Yes, India back to number one again. What a
Welcome,
convincing victory.
welcome to everyone to our live session today after India-England game. What an amazing contest, and India coming out truly like a champion. What a performance, Shik. One word.
Brilliant, I would say.
Great, great. Yeah, it was, great. Pathetic performance by England. The- I was I was not at all impressed by these champions who were defending champions who put on a bad effort. But we truly deserved that victory. We did showed critics that we can still defend scores of 230.
I mean, actually, even look at the start, how India got, which India got. They were 50-40 for three, and they knew already that it's not going to be a belter of a pitch, and so accordingly, Rohit and Kale played the initial part, which because of which they could score that many runs. And I think England should take a leaf out of what India did in their batting, but they were really reckless. They actually don't know how to play those rotating games. They do not have it, and this is not a pitch which suits their game either. So they were caught in between, and they couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, we all know it was a two-paced wicket, okay, but apparently batting in the second innings was much easier than the first innings, is what the pitch report said, and the experts about the pitch made about the review.
I
But
mean, there
England,
is dew, there is a lot of dew in
yeah,
second innings. After 10 overs, there is a lot of dew. Although they lost initial 4 wickets there itself, but there was a lot of dew. And considering in the conditions was favorable to England, but also the conditions were favorable to bowlers as well, which India utilized and very well.
yeah. Before we slowly cut down the games into parts, okay. Kudos to that great innings by Rohit Sharma. Today,
Exactly.
he's also proven that he's there to stick around even when there's a panic in the top order. What do you think about it?
Yeah, he started how he used to start. He was charging the fast bowler, but as soon as the wickets were falling on the other side and he understood the pitch is not as true for batting, he adjusted his game. In between he has played few maiden over in between maiden,
Yeah,
but it was okay for him. Then he built those singles, doubles, few odd boundaries. So he was playing fantastically, and along with KL Rahul, who also supported him pretty well. So
truly
that
true.
passage of time, they gave the later half of the batting to build on it and score runs.
Yeah, a brilliant reading of the pitch, I would say, by both Rohit and Rahul. Okay, 90 plus partnership, great. They really set up that score, 230 score. They got that, and in the end, I think Surya, along with the lower order, lower order did pitch in with about 20, 30 runs, I would say. Bumrah, Kuldeep, all that matters in such a two-pace wicket, right? But again, appreciation to Chris Wokes and David Willie for that initial spell. Okay, Chris Wokes did bring in that good spell. Uh, it is just one of case where Indian batters couldn't go through that. But I would still say Gill needs to step up. It's high
Yeah.
time. We are almost getting into the knockout stages where each match really counts. Okay, that would account into your form. So, what do you think about Gill performing along with? Kohli. It is just, I think, the first game where he's not shown the right intent. That shot was not required for me. I know he was struggling to get that first run. Didn't uh, had to take that shot, but it's time for Gill to step up now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you have seen the bowlers of England did their homework, so they were bowling as per the dismissals which Gill has got out. He has been bowled and coming just like the length, the good length which comes little in the inward movement has already. We have seen so many dismissals of Gill getting out to those kind of balls.
Yeah,
So they did their homework. And for Virat, yeah, as you mentioned, it was one of that rare scenario where he got out very early. He tried to force something which is even not required.
yeah, not required.
He's someone that. who plays naturally rather than forcing issues. So he plays as per the merit of the ball. But today he missed the trick. He tried to.
Yeah,
He just wanted to get out of the jail initially to get that initial run. Because in the same over itself, there was a brilliant fielding by Malan to stop a certain boundary, and to follow up before that, he already played two, three dot balls in this over. He also played four dot balls. So because that pressure creeped upon him, and he played something out of ordinary, which he doesn't do.
yeah. I mean, he's too good at coming up front and hitting those shots, but he read the length wrong today, I guess. I think a similar kind of shot he played on the back foot against Pakistan, which was not required. So I think he learned out of it. He was not happy with that shot. We all know about it. But yeah, Gill needs to step up. But I know Gill will come back. It's just that we need to mention it that he did not stand up today.
What
But
do you think
one,
about
sorry.
Shreyas Iyer's performance?
Again, yeah. I mean, he's getting out to his strength, I would say. He can hit those shots. I mean, that is in his arc. You need to tulp it away. But again, maybe I mean Vokes was too good today, okay? You really need to say that also. The pace was there. So maybe he read the length again wrong like Virat. But even Shreyas Iyer, I mean it's a learning for him as well that he needs to not give away his wicket so easily.
Or maybe because of those dismissals of Virat and Shreyas Iyer, because the ball was sticking a bit, so the ball didn't come as soon as early which they have thought it will come.
Yeah,
It took a little late, so that those were the miscues which they gave away their wicket.
that's right. We need to also compliment England's fielding today. If they have to take something back into dressing room today, I would say it is the fielding. Exceptional. Most of them, I think, were brilliant in the field. They stopped at least about 20, 30 runs altogether. Even Adil Rashid putting in that effort in the boundary line. It was pretty amazing. Livingstone's catch of Rohit Sharma, that was also great effort. So that's the only thing England can take back. I mean, they're almost stepped 1 foot into the exit door, I would say. Uh,
I mean,
and
they can just shut the door and go home. There is
I mean,
nothing behind the
mathematically,
nose.
I would say mathematically, there's uh, still a little bit of chance, but exactly one step is there always on the exit door now. And two very tough games coming up: Australia, Pakistan, Netherlands is also tough according to the situation now. What England is going through. Uh, that's about England's bowling. But how did they go about batting? I mean, 4 wickets in the span of 9 runs after 30 for zero. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, they got a very good start, and to aid to that, some pretty ordinary bowling from Siraj up front, which helped them to get those initial 30 runs. But uh, Bumrah, you should commend him to get those initial wickets because he was bowling into the channel. Those lengths was cunning lines which he was bowling to Malan and
Yeah.
Bairstow early, and they just needed a breakthrough. They got it with the brilliant line and length, and he got one. Malan got inside edge, and then I don't know what Root is doing. He's missing the ball which he normally used to play pretty much well, but he missed it again. Uh, so maybe those things are running in his mind that his dismissal, and considering England is not performing, that is also back of their head, and they're not. I think may not be able to concentrate better.
Yeah, I mean, Malan and Bairstow dragged it on to their own stumps.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was, of course, tactical bowling from both Bumrah and Shami. Shami, you can never stop talking about
I
him
mean,
in the World Cup.
he looked like most of the overs, whatever most of the balls he bowled, it was almost unplayable sometimes. Uh, Even when he came, you saw the Adil Moin Ali's dismissal.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ali's.
he, that ball it seemed a bit. Uh, he has those risks coming and putting always. It was his second spell, and the first ball he landed on the seam again, which is very good at, and seemed away a bit and took the edge of Moin Ali. That was brilliant. Even
Yeah.
commendable from Rohit also to. asking a change where Kuldeep and Jadeja were bowling really brilliantly that time. So that was also a
So,
masterclass from Rohit.
sorry to stop here, but I read one of the tweets. Okay, not sure if it is a rumor
Even
or
I feel that I know what we're trying to say, that it was
yeah,
Virat's suggestion that
decision. Yeah,
bringing
that
on a swimmer, and especially Shami, because
yeah,
even I was saying after this wicket they were celebrating and pointing at each other that yeah, that
yeah,
was our decision or
a
something.
collective
He was
decision. Yeah,
pointing towards Virat. Yeah.
yeah. We have a question from one of our subscriber who says, missing Hardik and Ashwin in this match. Hardik is, of course, missed due to injury. No doubt about it. Is not recovered completely. But getting in Ashwin uh, right now, if you ask my opinion, is not needed because Kuldeep and Jaddu are exceptionally bowling well, and the other three pacers are supporting them really well, and not all of them are turners. Ashwin will be bought in as and when the situation is required, wherein you actually need extra offie into the squad. What are your thoughts, Srikanth?
I think England doesn't play spin very well. So
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe they could have done a tactical change, but or maybe because they read the pitch correctly, because it was helping the seamers as well. And so they did go with again the last year last match squad. Then they still have another pacer. I thought that they might rest Siraj today, considering of the workload he's been carrying through a lot from the previous series. And today, even I felt that today he looked little tired. So I think they can give a rest him for the next match. But yeah, even the tactically wise, I think England is playing a game like that, even if it's a spinner or part time or a pace perfect proper main bowler, they're getting out to them. Uh, and I think today's pitch was more seam friendly. I felt that's why maybe they have gone
Yeah,
with the same combination.
and it's a two-paced wicket, right?
Yeah.
Wherein most of your seam would work rather than spin. Uh, Another question: uh, should Iyer be replaced with Ishan Kishan? What do you think, Shrikant?
To hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah,
I think
I
I'm.
think you're back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have another question: should Shreyas Iyer be replaced with Ishan Kishan?
I think they can think about it, but they're going with the flow as of now, and even considering today not good, and even I felt that maybe Ishan, but Ishan I felt.
Hmm. Okay. So I would say not at this point. Maybe when you're completely through and you have cemented. I think I lost you, Srikant, again. Okay, I think you're back. Sorry, people who are watching. There seemed to be a internet issue. Uh, okay, so Srikant, according to me, can you hear me? Okay. So according to me, I believe we don't have to replace Shreyas Iyer now. Uh, India should think about cementing their top spot in the table, and then maybe check on Ishan Kishan in the last two games. That's my thought, but it's an option that we could try, as uh, you guys are mentioning. Uh, and I apologies everyone watching here. There seemed to be a bad internet outage at Raurkela where Shrikant is there. Let's give it a few minutes for the guest to join, but meanwhile, I can still answer to the questions on the chat box. Play Hardik for Iyer when he's fit. Of course, yes, that is an option. That's a more compelled option, I would say, because Hardik brings in your all around performance. Uh, hey, Shrikant. Yes. Okay, looks like Shrikant is fixing his internet. We'll still go ahead. Yes, so Hardik is an option. He will fit in right away into the 11. So it'll mostly be Shreyas Iyer who will be replaced because Sky did perform better and I think he can be a finisher. One of our subscribers is talk about Manchester Derby. Of course, it's a great match happening in parallel with cricket. I will watch it. I'm a Manchester United fan. I will match it after my live session here. Since it's a cricket show, let's carry on with the cricket talk. So Shrikant, we were talking about Hardik replacing Shreyas Iyer when he's fit. That is a good option, I believe, because Surya did chime in today really well with that valuable 49 runs, especially when Rahul got out and we needed some runs. So that was one of our subscriber who was telling Shami is irreplaceable. Of course, at this moment he's just firing seam, I would say, firing wickets all around. What do you think, Shrikant?
Only if Hardik comes back and if Surya is still playing in for Shreyas Iyer,
Mhm,
it will be an interesting look with the team where Sky is going to play.
mhm,
Whether he's going to play up the Shreyas Iyer place or maybe KL Rahul come up and he plays in his spot.
mhm.
So that is something which they would see if they want to try that combination out. I think they can try that combination or maybe they do not want to. That depends on because they don't want to tinker with much with the winning combination. But let's see what they do because Shreyas here is currently not performing, and if they do, maybe Hardik can come up, which he has done previously in few matches in ODIs. That all depends on the combination which they do try on the given day.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sami is currently irreplaceable. Only thing is when if they are trying to play another all-rounder batsman, they can rest Siraj for now. I'm just telling it from last 2-3 matches to just rest Siraj for 1 or 2 games because he looks tired.
Mhm.
He needs that rest in knockout matches. He'll be your go-to bowler because he has that knack of taking wickets in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, and one thing I would really like to point out is in such crucial games, right, when you're actually defending a low score, it is very important to take all the catches that come in. I felt Virat could have done it better with the slip fielding today. We need to point out certain things, right? Because I think I read comments where they said it was a fantastic effort by Virat. I never felt it was a fantastic effort. It was a lazy effort, is what I felt. He should have just gone with two hands. But you need to take in those catches. Albeit we got Bairstow's wicket sooner, right after that drop. Otherwise, that could have been a costly uh, drop, right? And Virat, especially after taking best fielder medal in the first game, he should continue that effort. But this happens, of course. But just making a note here.
Yeah, that is understandable. Even I agree with that point. They have to take those catches at this level. But when we see the ball, which have it was from Bumrah, I believe. Yeah, it was from Bumrah, and it was around 140, 145, and Bairstow slashed it, and it was a thick edge, which fly towards him, and it came very fast to him. So maybe the reaction time for him was little late. That's why he couldn't reach there on time. So that was the only thing where he might have missed the timing and not get the ball on time.
Yeah. Kuldu's bowling, exceptional. Did you see that turn to Butler? I mean, that was crazy, right?
I mean
Uh,
that is a snake turn, like how snakes go like this. No,
I know.
it went like this.
I mean, even Livingstone missed one of those deliveries, but it didn't turn as much as it did for Butler. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, because if
exceptional.
you see the bowlers early on, so it's pitched on that rough exactly and spun in too much, and it was with the little pace as well. And Butler didn't have a chance to play the ball again, so he couldn't adjust to the turn.
Yeah, I mean, also Kuldu missed reviewing one of the greatest delivery he did to Livingstone, like which was plumb. I felt it was out right away, but as soon as things
Yeah,
got
even I
changed
feel
there,
the same thing. Yeah, yeah. But they thought otherwise. They thought it's going up. It's hit him high, and it might miss the stumps. They showed after two overs, it looked plumb there.
yeah, I know. They were all laughing looking at the screen. Uh, yeah, so that was cool too. Here, I would like to point out one more thing, Shrikant. Gautam Gambhir initially before the tournament said Josh Butler would be the leading run scorer of Cricket World Cup 2023. And here I see Butler having no clues in his batting skills, okay, when it comes to 50 over format. He's been so indulged in T20 cricket that I think he's forgotten what a long innings is in a 50 over game. What is your thought about Butler's form currently and his mentality as a captain? Because his team is also failing to win games and he has to also concentrate on his batting form.
I mean, yeah, definitely. So in T20s, it is much clear to a batsman what he needs to do. He just need to go play few balls and go for his hits. And it's very less time for a batsman to think what to do. I feel whenever more time is given to Butler, he tends to miss out. Maybe a lot of thoughts is going on his mind during that time when he has because he have a lot of time to think and is not able to get in the perfect thought what is actually need to do in particular time. And in T20 he used to come open because it's a T20 format, so it's easy for him to switch from keeping to batting because just a 20 over. But in 50 over, when we see people says that he should come up the order, but
Mhm.
it is very difficult. Unless you are Gilchrist, you cannot do that. So because he's one legend who only can do that. He can keep for 50 overs and still be a explosive opener for you. But I feel he lacks that confidence while in 50 overs. So he doesn't want to open. And most of the time, if you've seen most of the teams and if your top of the order is not performing and you're four down for 30 odd run or 50 odd run, it's obviously difficult for you as a captain to do what next. So most of the time he's not in that. He comes to batting when he's not. The team is not in greater position. It's not in greater shape. So he tends to do those nudges here and there, try to play one and twos, which is not his game. So that's what is showing in World Cup because the team is not getting start. So by the time he comes, he needs to consolidate with the other players who is almost like he'll come at 5, 6. So he needs to rotate with the other players. So that's not his game.
Mhm.
So that's why he's getting out so soon.
Yeah, even see, I feel he should come in the top order and maybe give David Malan a break. Okay, literally give him a break. And I think they're underutilizing talents like Harry Brook, okay, uh, who needs game time as we speak. So they could do that change. And did they actually buy something called as liability in terms of Stokes? Was that move really a good idea? I'm just starting to question all these, okay? Because what was Stokes in 2019 is not even 25% of what he's today. If you see the 10 deliveries that he played, okay, he was just there for the sake of it. It just showed that he had no intent to chase this down or win it for England. And he's not bowling. What's happening with decision making in England team?
I mean, yeah, the call back to him was not ideal, I would say. No. The call message from Butler to call him into the team was not ideal. The decision of sorry,
One of the
decision
team
of
members, I think.
yeah, decision of not playing Harry Brook. They could have played instead of Livingston. Why would they? You need a spinner again, extra bowler. You already have six bowlers. And why would you drop Jason Roy if you are doing that? You couldn't. You shouldn't have doing. You shouldn't have done that. Jason Roy was your go-to man. You dropped him for Stokes. Uh, I mean, for Harry Brook, they have dropped Stokes. Oh, sorry, they have dropped Jason Roy. But Stokes was not needed. He retired mentally. The person who was retired mentally for you, he cannot come and win you a tournament. Maybe a game he can win you, but not a tournament.
Exactly. So these are
I
some of
think one
the
of the subscribers also mentioned that QDK opens. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that. Uh, it is QDK also who opens, and he's a very explosive batsman. So I think only few. I think Gilchrist and him. Who do you remember any other wicket keeper in 50 over who also comes as opener?
I could remember players from the past. Okay, like Kalu Vitarna was one of the attacking Sri Lankan wicket keeping batsmen. Then was
Besto is there, but he don't keep.
he doesn't keep. Yeah, I know. So yeah, there are very few wicketkeeper batsmen who are really attacking. If you call that way, but that's a story of England. How things are going around. They are almost done and dusted this World Cup. Uh, they have a series to play in India in December. Not sure how that will pan out, but I think there's a lot of things they need to learn out of this. Maybe come back and win those three games to give mathematically a little bit of chance if they really need to go into the semi-final. But I don't think they deserve to, especially with their form.
I
But
think
if
they look down and out already because after crushing win from starting of the tournament, when you lose to New Zealand after scoring 280, then you lose within 35 overs. That is
yeah,
some demoralizing for any team. Then again they lost against South Africa. Then it continued until they won one game against Bangladesh. But even after that, that didn't boosted their morale. They again lost four after that.
yeah,
Or four, I don't remember. But they are not finding a solution to play in
yeah.
India, I feel.
For India, there's a lot of good things to take. Surya was tested today. He proved. So, which is a positive thing for us. And we defended a score, low score. We came with all the fire. We started bowling in right lengths. Bumrah, the man who stood up. Shami, as always, proving right. Spinners doing great job. So all in all, India can take a lot from this game. Take a lot of confidence, I would say. Next, they play Sri Lanka again. So it's a good thing. These are some of the things from today's game. So, Shrikant, what is your moment of the day for today?
Moment of the day would be the inspired change from Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli together to bring back Shami for that spell where he took first ball wicket of Moeen Ali.
Okay, great. For me, it was Surya hitting that six to Markwood. Okay, I mean, just shows that Nataraja kind of shot, right? That was the moment of the day for me. I mean, I saw
I
that.
mean, look at his stats. He's 30% the wicket. Wow. And that to leg side. I'm not just talking about leg side. There is some percentage of play which is also there on the back towards his right. But the shots which he plays, that's most like out of 10 times you will not be able to connect nine, but he does it every time.
Yeah. One of our subscribers says it was Rohit's innings for him. Yeah, no credits being taken away from anyone here. Everyone well appreciated. We just spoke about the moment. Great.
Moment,
Our
yeah, that one
yeah,
bit.
one bit. And he truly deserved that man of the match. No doubt about it. He just brought India out of boiling water at that point of time. All in all, a great effort. Let's go, India. We'll talk about the next game, which is happening tomorrow. Afghanistan taking
Sri
on
Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Great encounter. Afghanistan, who's ticked boxes whenever needed. is stepping on to a next game. Sri Lanka trying to resolve their injury concerns. I think we had another injury concern today where Kumara, I think,
Mainly,
yeah,
and
is
Samira is in.
and Chamira is in. Chamira, great bowler, no doubt. Uh, so let's talk about that game, Srikanth. How do you think that's going to fare out?
I mean, someone has written Amul baby coming tomorrow. Yes, we know both have Amul sponsors, so they'll be wearing Amul there. So we know
Uh,
that, and that's a good observation from you. Yeah. So for tomorrow's game, both the team have the same points, and they have played 5 games. They have won two.
yeah,
So obviously, they still have a chance to qualify to top four. If something happens to Australia, they don't win. They're all coming in, but they have chance. And Sri Lanka has better chance considering they have all-round performance with bat and ball. Although Shamira, their main ball is again coming back, is another boost. Matthew's performance is a boost for them. Their experienced person has come back to help uh, uh, Kushal Mendis to support him while doing captaincy, while
of
bowling.
course.
There is a lot of and Madhushanka is form right now. Your openers, Nisanka is in form. In between, in middle order, you have Matthews is there. You have DDJ is there. Dhananjay. He's also coming, is playing some in knocks. So they have a team to win the match, I feel. And same, it goes with Afghanistan. So they
Yeah.
have their Gurbas, the opening is last time. They both played openers. Last match we saw the middle order did accelerate. They were not bogged down like they were playing run a ball kind of innings, which was actually needed, chasing that big 280 target. So, and bowling very good. They restricted Pakistan last match brilliantly, and they have won two matches against Pakistan and England with their bowling. So yeah, that looks very good, and it looks like it's going to be a very good match tomorrow because both team will be needing a victory, and they would be really hungry for that victory. What do you think?
First of all, I think you've given a better preview than Crickbus and ESPN Crick Info. You have said it all. Okay. Uh, so, yes, Afghanistan is coming in real confidence after beating Pakistan. Sri Lanka, again, after beating England, red hot form. Both the teams would lock horns with the same kind of form. And I think with Chamira's inclusion, Sri Lanka's bowling is something to look out for now. And Afghanistan, with their batting coming back into that middle order form, has been stabilized now. It's matter of everyone performing together now. Zadran also proving he's good enough in the opening slot. So there are going to be some exciting matchups tomorrow. Any particular matchups that you're looking forward for?
Obviously, I'm looking for Chamira because he's coming back after prolonged injury.
Mhm.
So Chamira versus Gurbaz and Zatran, I'm looking at their opening because
Oh, wow.
that's where Afghanistan excels. So I want to see there the battle.
Yeah, I'm
What
looking
do you
forward
what do you
to
all think?
Kusal Mendes playing against Rashid and Mujib. I want to see him how he's going to fare against the spinners. Okay, he's done pretty well against the Pacers. Let's see how he's going to tackle two spinners, two great spinners for Afghanistan, and let's see how that matchup is going to turn out. I think it's been 2 to 3 games, right? Kusal has performed now, so
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. But of course, there's Matthews who will be really helpful in decision making with Mendes tomorrow. It's happening in Pune. Could be a batting
He'll be
track.
better.
Belter, of course.
It will be better.
I mean, only one game happened there, right? India and Pakistan. Sorry, India and Bangladesh.
England, Bangladesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and India chased it out. Yeah, Virat's century.
Century there. Yes.
Yeah. So
So one of
let's.
the subscriber is mentioning hope Afghan don't do brain fade.
Yeah, hope
Hope it
because
doesn't happen. And it yeah, whoever wins is a good to watch. But I feel Sri Lanka has a better chance if they need to qualify for top four because of the net run rate.
Hmm.
Although they both have won same game, but I want it to be interesting game. Whoever wins will be very good. It should be very good. It should not be a one-sided game, which happened today, which we saw. Yesterday's game, which we have seen, both the games were very good. The second game of Netherlands and Bangladesh was not like that convincing, but we felt that it could be better. But Bangladesh has some other ideas. Go home. Shakib want to go to Dhaka again to practice for another match. So,
even even Australia New Zealand, what a competitive game it was. Australia cruising through, deserving, no doubt about it. New Zealand fought it out. Nisham gave us all. So we need to see competitive games like that.
yeah.
Maybe tomorrow is another round of competitive game. So one man to watch out, Srikanth, tomorrow.
I think it will be Gurbaz again. Opening, he has done fantastically well. I'm hoping if Afghanistan wins the toss and bat, if they bat or they have been given to bat, but I feel if Sri Lanka wins, they would bat first. So I feel that if that happens, I want Gurbaz century.
Oh, nice. So since you have picked from Afghanistan, I will pick one from Sri Lanka. I think it is going to be Chamira tomorrow. He will, I think, display a performance, a comeback performance for me tomorrow. Uh, and who will be the winner tomorrow? Which team will come out?
I think it will be Sri Lanka.
I'll pick Afghanistan to just make things a little more funnier. Most of our, I think one of our subscriber also says Afghan's gonna come out winners tomorrow. Let's see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens. Yeah, one of our
I think it
subscriber.
all depends on the start which both the team gets. So that all depends on the starts.
Hmm,
Because Afghanistan, they need a start absolutely mandatory for them. If they get a good start by their openers, they're going to play really well,
yeah,
even if it's batting first or second. And same as goes for the Sri Lanka because they have a shaky opening combination. Although Nisanka is in supreme form, he's been scoring 50s for fun. I think 4 or 5 consecutive 50s he has hit in this World Cup, which itself is a record. Uh, and other than that, Kusal Pereira needs to step up. Kusal Mendes needs to step up.
yeah,
So if that happens, it's going to be a cracker of a game.
yeah. One of our subscribers says it's going to be Afghan Jalebi versus Mani Je Mate Hite. Yeah, of course. Let's see. A good line to end, wind up our show as well. Let's hope it's a really competitive game. Uh, Thank you everyone for staying with us during our live session today. Another cheer to Team India and to keep the fans happier on a Sunday. Looking out for India's next game against Sri Lanka. And of course, the rest of the World Cup, we'll be doing our live sessions after all the games. We'll be doing a watch alongs. If there's a thriller coming up, do stay with us. Uh, Stay subscribed, like our videos, click on the notify bell icon to stay notified. Thank you, Shrikant, for staying in this session with
Thank you,
us.
Biran.
So, winding up by just calling it, let's go, fundamentals.
Fundamentals.
Good night, folks.